Are you going through a divorce and need to sell your New York City home, co-op, or condo? In this episode of Between These Walls, I'm breaking down what actually happens when you sell a home during a divorce, from timing and taxes to co-op board approval and equitable distribution in New York State. Real talk, no jargon, no pressure. A few months ago, a woman called me not to ask about square footage, not to ask what her home was worth. She called because she genuinely didn't know where to start. She and her husband had bought their 2-bedroom in Park Slope 9 years earlier. They painted the nursery before they even knew it was a boy or girl. And now they had to sell it, not because they wanted to, but because staying wasn't an option anymore. If you're watching this video right now because you're in that exact spot, I made this video just for you. I'm going to call my client M, not her real name, obviously. M told me something that stuck with me ever since. She said, I know how to sell a home, I just don't know how to sell this one. And that's the thing nobody prepares you for. Selling a home during a divorce isn't a real estate transaction wearing a sad hat. It's a completely different process, legally, financially, and of course, emotionally. Em and her husband weren't fighting. They actually agreed on almost everything, but neither of them knew the following. 1, whether they should sell before or after the divorce was finalized, how their co-op board would react to 2 names on the listing with a separation in the background, or even how to talk to each other about pricing without it turning into something bigger than just the pricing. So today, I want to walk you through exactly what I walked M through, because if you're navigating this in New York City right now, this information can save you months and months, possibly years of stress. The first question most people ask me is, do we actually have to sell? And the short answer is, not always. A court can order a sale, but most couples I work with choose to sell voluntarily, usually because it's the cleanest way to divide an asset that can't just be split in half like a bank account. Sometimes one spouse will buy out the other's share instead and keep the home. And that's a valid path. It just requires financing and appraisal steps most people don't expect. But if selling is the direction you're headed, here's what actually matters. If your home is a co-op, as so many homes in the city are, this is important. Co-op boards do not care about your personal situation. They care about paperwork. They will ask direct questions. Who's authorized to sell? Is there a separation agreement? Are both names on the sale? And does that match the shareholder documentation? If your paperwork isn't clean and consistent before you go to market, this is exactly where a sale gets delayed, sometimes for months. So step 1, always get your documentation in order before you list, not after an offer is already on the table. Here's something a lot of people get wrong. New York is an equitable distribution state, not a community property state. That means your home isn't automatically split 50-50. It's divided based on what a court or you and your spouse through negotiation determines is fair. That could depend on who contributed what, how long you were married, and what other assets exist. I'm not your attorney, and this is exactly the kind of thing your attorney needs to weigh in on directly. But understanding this shapes how and when you list your home, which is where I come in. Timing is bigger than people realize. Selling while you're still legally married, even if you're separated, can sometimes preserve certain tax benefits like capital gains exclusions that may not apply once the divorce is finalized. This is a conversation to have with your attorney and your accountant early, ideally before you list, not after you're already under contract and scrambling. I always tell clients, bring your realtor into the conversation at the same time as your lawyer, not after. Here's what I've learned sits at the center of every divorce sale that actually goes well. Both people treating it as a shared project with a shared goal. The best possible price, achieved efficiently so everyone can move forward. That doesn't mean it's easy. It rarely is. It means having a realtor who communicates transparently with both parties every time, documents everything so there's no ambiguity, and never puts a thumb on the scale for one side. And when it comes to staging, a home that's been lived in through a marriage doesn't need to have its story erased. It needs to be presented so buyers can see its next chapter. Done right, that's often more emotionally compelling than any generic listing. If you're going through this right now, first of all, I'm sorry you're here. This isn't easy, and anyone who tells you it's just a transaction hasn't sat across the table from someone in your position. I'm not an attorney, I'm not a therapist, but I've helped enough people through exactly this moment to know what exactly helps and what just adds stress. If you're trying to figure out whether to sell, when to sell, or even just want a straight answer about what your New York City home is worth right now, I'm happy to have a quiet, no pressure conversation, no pitch, just information so you can make the decision that's right for you. To schedule a one-on-one call or just send me a message directly. This is Between These Walls, a series about the homes at the center of life's biggest transitions. If this helps, subscribe for next week's topic, and I'll see you then.